Currently, we're in the waiting room for the Singularity chapter, the in-transmission chapter for next week, at least at the time that I'm uploading this video, and for Texas Chainsaw to come out. But until then, DBD has actually done a Q&A on Reddit. Originally, I didn't think that many things would get answered in this thread. I thought they would just go for the very easy answers and just say, we don't have anything at this time. We're looking into it, though. It's on our radar, things like that. They did say that a few times, let's be honest. It's going to happen. But they answered quite a few things and even gave specific dates and confirmed a lot of things in here. So I wanted to go over that in a video and talk about a lot of the major things. There are going to be questions and answers that I miss out on here. The things about lore or specific survivors, I'm not really going to go into. There's also a couple things that I think I missed, but I got about 90% of the big fish questions and answers here. So let's go over it. First things first, I'm not going to blue ball you. I'm just going to give you the big stuff right away. Things that I'm excited about or things that they gave a date on or specific features. Number one is an FOV slider. Someone asked about an FOV slider in the game, and that is something I made an entire video on about wanting Shadowborn to be base kit as an FOV slider, and they said yes, it's happening. They're designing it, it's in development, and their release date is in our field of vision. They're so funny. New game modes are also something that they confirmed. It's an idea that they're working on. They're actively prototyping it. They want to start by doing limited time, smaller stuff, and then if that goes well, they want to go into bigger game modes, which is one of the also number one things I've been wanting is new game modes, something fresh, new mechanics, new features, things like that. So this is perfect. Hopefully we see this sometime sooner than later, and yeah, I'm very excited about this one. They also talked about the base kit Unbreakable and the finisher Mori system that they showed off a few PTBs ago. And for all accounts and purposes, base kit Unbreakable is pretty much scrapped. That's kind of what they went with. They're still working on the finisher Mori system, but base kit Unbreakable doesn't seem like it's going to be making it into the game. This is another one I've been wanting to be added for a while, is they're wanting to add new unique items for survivors. They don't say anything concrete. They don't say they're 100% going for it or it's in the works, but they have been discussing it, and it is in the early plans of being made. So let's hope they go all the way with this. Survivor's been kind of lacking on new interactive things to mess around with for a while. Killer usually gets all the fun with new powers and stuff to mess around with. So let's hope they can go for that. This one is one that isn't on such a light note, but it means a lot to me, so I wanted to put it in here. They're looking to add more in terms of honoring Puppers, aka Max, a good friend of mine, very good friend of the community. Passed away, unfortunately, from terminal ALS not too long ago. He has a charm in the game, Warrior Puppers, but they've been looking to add more things to honor him in the game as well, and I thought this was really cool. I've been thinking of things that they could add in as well for a while. I know he's got a charm, but I think he's very much earned a lot more in the game. But I thought it was really cool that they were even considering that, so that's awesome to see. Now, in terms of killers, they actually mentioned quite a bit. For example, starting off with Hillbilly, they said that they're doing a whole pass on him. There's no date on it, but they did confirm that's happening, including add-ons and such. Please remove Overheat. Moving right along with the killer changes, they are planning to change Freddy. That's all they said. We got nothing else. In terms of Skull Merchant, they acknowledged her assery and said that she is getting an update and are trying to figure out how to fix her problems with her kit. And in a shocking turn of events, they actually recognized her 3-genning problem and 3-genning as a whole, and that they're working on a solution to deal with that. So, hopefully that's sooner rather than later, dealing with Skull Merchant especially. And in a little bit more bitter news, Twins rework is still happening. They mentioned this years ago, I think, at this point, and it's looking like it's going to be early 2024 on a Twins rework. So they're going to have to hold in a little bit longer at the bottom of the pick rate chain. Whoever the hell this guy is, Oats Darva? Asked about custom game settings and being able to set things up for that, which I think that it's been lacking on options for that for a while. Adding more generators, adding a timer, maybe customizing specific seeds of a map so there's less RNG, things like that would be really cool for it. Being able to change movement speeds and such, limiting certain perks and killers. All that would be great custom game options, and it seems like they're not doing any of that at the moment. It's not really something they're looking into heavily, but they said it's on the radar. So this is one of those answers that doesn't really mean a whole lot, unfortunately. Something that is in the works, though, is mobile cosmetics being ported over to the main game. They're going to be a little bit different than the mobile versions, and not all of them will make the cut, but they are working on getting some mobile cosmetics over. I know the Moris on mobile are really, really cool, and some of the outfits are really awesome, and I don't know why they weren't in the main game in the first place. I guess some weird licensing with DBD Mobile. I'm not entirely sure, but it's good to see those coming over. There's some really kick-ass outfits on that part in terms of cosmetics. The design team is apparently looking into into cleaning up certain offerings, giving them new effects, just making it a lot cleaner as a whole for offerings that don't do a whole lot or just kind of clutter the blood web. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully we'll see some new unique stuff in there. And in terms of maps, this person in the nicest way possible asked, why are the maps so shit? What they gave here was that they're still monitoring Eyrie of Crows to make sure that it's not nearly as survivor-sided as it was, and Red Forest they are looking into making some very quick changes too soon because they aren't happy with exactly how it went out, so hopefully those will improve the map a bit. I know new Red Forest is honestly kind of worse than the old one, so we'll hope that those changes are good. And they have mentioned that the swamp is officially getting a rework sometime soon. There also was an unfinished map of a swamp that was like a village and it had a giant cool tree that you could go through, and apparently that tree is going to come back at some point. Don't know when, they don't really give a date or if it's coming with the reworks or what, but thank God that tree is coming back. It was a really cool looking tree, so glad to hear that. I was wondering where that went. And that covers a majority of like the big stuff from the Q&A with the devs, but that covers most of it. Let me know what you think about a lot of the answers that they gave and the features that they confirmed are coming and the reworks and etc. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.